Corporation
Recording in
Council
progress.
on. Yes,
Good evening.
I see you. How you doing, Attorney Osborne?
I'm good.
All right, Councilman Attorney Gail, you ready to go?
Absolutely.
Right. All right. Let us begin. Good evening, everyone. This meeting is now called to order for today, Tuesday, June 3rd, 2025. This is a virtual Health and Human Services Committee meeting. We are broadcasting live on HPA-TV.org, Comcast Channel 96, and Frontier Channel 6032. My name is Councilman TJ Clark. I am the committee chair and also the system majority leader for the City Council. And I'm joined by my colleague, longtime colleague, Councilman Gale, who was a voting member. We have several items on our agenda tonight. Councilman, do you mind if we go out of order just to take care of some of the low-hanging fruit?
Not in the least.
All right. Um, we're going to start off with item 2.9, Assistant Majority Leader Clark, an ordinance amending Chapter 2, Article 5, Section 2-296 through Section 2-299, Division 10 of the Hartford Municipal Code, and establishing the African American and Black History and Culture Commission, which has a public hearing on Monday, June 16th, 2025 at 7 p.m. The chair will entertain a motion for postponement.
Yes, I would move, Mr. Chair, that we postpone it, and just so that anybody who's listening understands the rationale. It's generally not our practice to discuss a matter in committee until the public has had an opportunity to provide us with some feedback. And so, as you've just mentioned, that won't happen until Monday, June 16th. We're going to, my motion is to postpone this to the next meeting of this committee, which will happen after June 16th.
Motion has been properly made to postpone, and I second that. Any discussion? Seeing none, the Councilman Gill had already offered a good rationale. All in favor of postponement indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it. This item is passed and postponed. Sorry, this item is postponed until our next committee meeting, which is item 2.9. All right. Next, we'll go with items 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, 2.5, and 2.5, which is Mayor Aralampalan with the company resolution appointing Felipe Sanchez to the Hartford LGBTQ plus commission. Mayor Aralampalan appointing Joshua Quiones to the Hartford LGBTQ plus commission. Mayor Aralampalan with the company resolution appointing Joel Hicks Rivera to the LGBTQ plus commission. And item which is 2.5, Mayor Aralampalan with the company resolution confirming the appointment of Luis Irizarry to the Hartford LGBTQ plus commission. And we do have Mr.
Mention Felipe Sanchez as well.
Yep, Felipe Sanchez is here, Joel Hicks, Rivera, and Joshua Quiones, and Luis Irizarry. I think we have everybody.
Excellent.
Thank you very much for joining us our committee meeting and your willingness to serve on um, uh, a commission representing the city of Hartford. Um, in no particular order, whoever wants to go first can just introduce yourselves and just uh, tell us about yourselves and why you are willing to serve on this commission.
I can go ahead. My name is Joel Hicks Rivera. I am a resident of Hartford, born and raised. I came up through the Hartford public school systems, lived in the North End, South End, and I currently work for the Hartford Foundation. I serve on a couple of boards, and I've done a lot of work with young people in Hartford. And for me, as a growing up as a queer kid in Hartford, there wasn't folks that looked like me that I can sort of go to get any sort of mentorship or opportunity to be connected to anything. And fortunately, that sort of feels the same in terms of like who's out there representing our communities. And so for me, it's important that there is representation. It's important. It matters for young queer men and women and folks who identify as trans or part of the LGBTQIA sort of world, that they have folks that they can see in themselves. I've also been in service-oriented positions, so it's important for me to serve. And I saw this as an opportunity to really connect and dive into my community, in particular the queer community, which I haven't done a lot of work in. So that's the reason why I decided to join the commission, to be more connected and to bring more opportunities to Hartford, with this amazing group that we currently have. So.
Thank you so much for that. Next, who wants to go next?
I can go next. So good evening, everybody. My name is Felipe Sanchez. Um, a little bit about me. Although I'm not a Hartford native, I grew up in Fairfield County. I moved to Hartford in 2022 post my graduation from the University of Connecticut, where I graduated with a bachelor's in political science and Latino and Latin American studies. And during my undergraduate career, a lot of what I did was a lot of mentorship. I was very much involved in peer mentoring opportunities at UConn, both out of the Puerto Rican and Latin American Cultural Center and the Rainbow Center. I also joined my fraternity, La Unidad Latina Lambda Upsilon Lambda Fraternity Incorporated, where I do a lot of community service work with the Latino community, the queer community, also at the intersection of both. Um, Here in Hartford, I have worked as a youth development specialist for 2 years at Our Piece of the Pie, where I was involved in, fostering a sense of community, a sense of inclusivity with my youth, empowering my queer youth to feel like they belong, that they had somebody in their corner, a champion that was um, always going to lift them up. Um, I currently work at CREC right now, and that work I also continue through my employee network group. We're currently planning Pride events right now at work for the for the organization as a whole. I also am a drag entertainer here in the city of Hartford, so I understand a little bit about queer nightlife and the community around drag, that sense of sisterhood, siblinghood that you find in our drag community here in Hartford and across the state. So it is my honor and pleasure to, serve the city of Hartford on this commission, and thank you.
Thank you very much. Luis?
Hi, everyone. Good evening or good afternoon. My name is Louis Arizari. Um, I currently work for Access Health Connecticut. I'm one of the community outreach supervisors there for the Health Equity Department. Similar to Joel as well, I also grew up here in Hartford, Connecticut, in the Hartford County area. And as a queer youth as well, I remember just growing up in this city, and having experience as a Latino gay youth, some of the disparities that we face in this community. And I remember before living here, I have worked in many organizations as well. I used to work, which the name has changed since then, but it used to be Latino Community. Now it's Latino Community Services. Back then it used to be Latino Contra SIDA. Um, and worked for many years here and was very much involved in the community. I used to be part of the Imperial Court of Connecticut. I used to be part of the ballroom scene. I also used to be a drag performer back in the days, and was very much involved in the community and different boards and whatnot. And I moved away to New York City for 18 years, and then moved back here like 6 years ago. And so when I moved back, I just kind of saw that there's still a need and I wanted to get involved again, just not just in the level of work that I do and being out in the community in the field and still seeing that, especially nowadays more than ever, that there's still a need and that we need to have a presence. And I wanted to give back. So yeah, here I am, and I just wanted to see what I can do and how I can contribute. And I wanted to, again, thanks for this opportunity. And they approached me to be part of the commission. And it's been a pleasure. So I just wanted to thank you all, and that's why I'm here.
Thank you very much. Next is there's Joshua. Joshua.
Hi there. My name is Joshua Quinones. I grew up in Hartford, have a love for the city. I am a small business owner and artist whose studio and office is based out of Hartford as well. Part of my business is to help kind of support and grow small queer-owned creative businesses in the city. And through that, I am in the process of helping to build community um, using like social media, as well as working with my friend who has a storefront in downtown Hartford and a couple other small businesses to kind of go ahead and create a queer community throughout the city. Um, I really do believe there's a lot of potential in Hartford and the city and what we can do. There just seems to not be a lot of knowledge or guidance onto how people can take advantage of that or to do that. And I'd like to join the commission so that I can help grow the community and I can support where needed.
Thank you very much. Councilman, open the floor to you for any questions you have.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Chair. And I must say, this is a very impressive quartet that we have before us tonight. So, kudos to all four of you for stepping up. I think you're gonna invigorate the commission all at once here with this, four of you coming on at the same time. Certainly want to just thank each of you for stepping up and volunteering your time. And many of you mentioned, that your desire to serve, and clearly these commissions is service to your community. And we're always very, very pleased and welcoming of anybody that wants to step forward to help Hartford. We all know Hartford certainly needs plenty of help. There's no lack of things to do around here. Just wanted to sort of mention to you in your as you're working with the commission, if you find that city council can be helpful in anything, know that our door, my door, the chair's door, they're always open. Oftentimes you may come up, develop some idea that does actually need some action on behalf of council, and let us know. We're here to serve just as you are. Just as I said, just want to thank you for stepping forward and wish you a lot of luck on this commission. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Councilman. I echo Councilman Gill's sentiments. Thank you for stepping up to the plate to serve. We always ask people who come before us that are looking to get involved in a board or commission why, because it's an arduous task at times. Sometimes it can be a thankless job. Depending on what the commission is, you can put a lot of hours into the job. But I believe that you do it out of the love of your heart, out of the commitment to the city and to the residents. And we thank you for stepping up to say yes to serve. And so we look forward to working with you. And as Councilman Gale said, however we can be of assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We are here to assist because we want you to succeed in your task at hand. Do you have any questions for us? Okay, thank you. See you none. Councilman, I will entertain a motion.
Well, Mr. Chair, it's my extreme pleasure to nominate this august quartet, Mr. Sanchez, Mr. Hicks Rivera, Mr. Irizarry, and Mr. Quinones to send their appointments back to our city council with a very favorable recommendation.
The motion has been made, and I will second that motion to send these four individuals back to council with a favorable recommendation. Are there any discussion? And just for the record, these are items 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, and 2.5. Seeing that there's no other discussion, Councilman, about my mind is on city
Yes, I vote yes.
council meeting. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. The ayes have it. This motion is passed, and this will be referred back to the council for our next scheduled meeting. Thank you very much for coming on. You are more than welcome to stay on for the rest of our meeting, but if you choose not to, we do understand. And we thank you very much, and we look forward to working with you.
Thank you. Have a good night, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Have
you
a
so
Thank you very much. Have a good night. Thank you.
All right. Next up on our agenda, we have a item 2.6 is Mayor Arvalampalan with accompanying resolution authorizing the city to accept funding from the Connecticut Department of Transportation, CTDOT, municipal grant in the amount of $68,418 for operation of the city's Dollarite program. And we do have Director Jackson Shahid here.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Thank you.
So if I could make a comment, I don't know if they can be lumped together, but I know 2.6 and 2.7. Actually, it's just two different funding sources, but they're funding the same program.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
we can figure something out.
Yep.
Okay. So so we do have a dial-a-ride program within our Senior and Community Services Division at HHS. And that program basically is a bus service program. It serves Hartford residents 65 and older. They basically can just contact the Dial-A-Ride program, and they can schedule pickup to doctor's appointments, going to the grocery store, things like that. So basically, this service improves access. Access is a very big disparity in Black and Brown communities. And so this program helps to improve access to food and to medical appointments.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So that sums up both 2.6 and 2.7?
Yes, sir. It's just that the Connecticut Department of Transportation and then the Greater Hartford Transit District, they are two funding sources for that program. So we get various funding sources for this one particular program.
Yeah, that's interesting because is this the first time that we're receiving funding from DOT?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. I'm just not familiar with DOT providing us with funds. Pretty much I've seen the Greater Hartford Transit District, but no, that's fine. Any help that we can get is much appreciated at this time.
Absolutely.
Okay, Councilman, do you have any questions?
So, Director, just to confirm, this is our ongoing. We've had Dial-A-Ride for many, many years. So, can I assume that this is not this receipt of this money is not going to help us expand the program necessarily? It's just going to keep ongoing the existing program that we have.
Yes.
And this is built into our budget. We already have anticipated receipt of these funds and the expenditure of these funds.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's certainly as I thought, and certainly I know, I've had a lot of familiarity with the program. It's a great program, so it's certainly welcome. So I have no other questions, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Councilman. Now, Madam Director, regarding the trips, very familiar with the, going to the grocery store, the senior centers and doctor's appointments. How far does the Dial-A-Ride travel for our seniors? Like, does it go out to West Hartford to the mall? We wanted to go to the mall to do some shopping. Is there a logistical limit?
So I don't want to say for certain that there is a limit or not, because as you know, a lot of our seniors prefer certain grocery stores. So, if someone, wants to go to Whole Foods or someone wants to go to Aldi or Price Chopper, Aldi's is not in Hartford. So Aldi's is technically in Windsor. So I don't want to say that there's a specific limit, because I don't think that there is. But I don't think that the Dial-A-Ride program is bringing people to Norwalk. So I think there are some parameters, but within a specific, I'd say a certain mileage per se, but it allows seniors to be able to get their needs met. So if they're going to the grocery store, I mean, for the most part, we have various grocery stores in a proximity to Hartford and or within Hartford. Going to Walmart is something popular that a lot of seniors like to go to. So they do go to the Walmart. And then there are medical appointments that are all over the city. And some people do have medical appointments in Windsor and Bloomfield. So it will go over city lines. But I don't want to say that they're going to, places like Stratford and stuff like that. That's usually not something that, our seniors do.
Okay. Thank you for that. I don't have any questions. I would like to, in addition to calling item 2.6, would like to call 2.7 for a motion.
So I'll be happy to make a motion, Mr. Chair, to send back both items 2.6 and 2.7, two separate items on our agenda. But my motion is to send both of them back with a favorable recommendation. Both are accepting funding for our Dial-A-Ride program, in the first case from the state DOT, and in the second case from the Greater Hartford Transit District. So move to send them both back favorably.
Motion's been properly made for items 2.6 and 2.7 to be sent back to council with a favorable recommendation. I second that. Any discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Ayes have it. Both of these items are passed and will be taken up at our next regular scheduled city council meeting. Item 2.8, Mayor Arulampalam with a company resolution to accept a grant of $18,500 from the National Environmental Health Association, NEHA, and Food and Drug Administration, FDA.
Yeah, so this is a very small grant. It's from the National Environmental Health Association, NEHA, and the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration. It really provides us the opportunity to do a lot of education. So there are some grant-specific items that we have to do in assessments. However, for the most part, we do education with this funding. So it allows us to do things like last year we did an environmental health summit for the city. We'll be doing something again this year for food service establishments, which is basically education for retail food programs. Basically in efforts to reduce foodborne illnesses and discuss risk factors and how to implement various program standards. So that's what this grant is for, mainly education for the Environmental Health Division.
Okay, thank you. Councilman, any questions?
So just so I better understand this, in reading the resolution, it talks about the grants to be used for retail standards assessment. Is that assessment of our retailers in the Hartford area, our food retailers and whatnot?
So it is. So it's we can use it to, for instance, we can purchase possibly software if we wanted to, improve communication between our food establishments, to basically educate them on changing FDA codes or standards, basically, to improve the communication with them and also to educate them on standards that constantly change. So I know that, well, I'm not sure if everybody knows, but there has been a change in FDA codes recently. And so, there have been certain items that, we're no longer really should be using. So, this funding is used to educate establishments on some of those changes.
So I could assume that a big outfit like Stop and Shop might have there may be less concern that they're not up to speed with new FDA standards as opposed to some of our smaller markets here in town. Is that a fair statement?
It's a fair statement, yes.
Well, very interesting. Well, thank you for, I assume your office applied for the grant and got it. So um, that's good news, and put it to good use. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a question. How many staff do you have dedicated to this program?
So for this grant, usually the manager of this grant is the chief sanitarian.
Okay.
Also, the program manager of environmental health also assists with some of the assessment pieces or compliance for the grant, but the person who maintains the grant is the chief sanitarian.
Gotcha. And this is a 1-year grant?
Yes, and this is something that we often get because I believe that we had this prior as well.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. The chair will entertain a motion.
You know, let me just ask one more question.
Sure.
In light of what's going on in Washington, is there any concern that this is one of these grants that's going to disappear? Or have we heard?
You know, to be honest with you, nothing at the federal level is, you know, consistent at this particular time. Like you know, if we receive whatever information we have, this is what we're going by. So, you know, honestly, whatever funding we get, we try to use it, you know, the best of our ability. And if there is a, you know, stop work order, then, you know, we obey the orders. However, you know, I can say that Connecticut, along with, you know, a few other states are really on top of it. And, you know, recently we had a win. So the stop work order for immunization and ELC2, we now can resume work. So it seems like, you know, our state is winning when it comes to pushing back. So I have hope.
Well, that's good news. And I do recall during budget hearings that we discussed this as well. And there were some much larger grants that were subject to a stop order that was then very quickly lifted. But as we sit here today, none of the grants that you had counted on have you lost at this point?
Actually, you know, there was the stop work order on immunization and ELC, but we've received word that we can continue to work. As of today, we received a letter from DPH. So, you know, like I said, you know, Connecticut seems to be on top of it in terms of pushing back. And so, you know, with our environmental grants, we haven't really seen too much, you know, rescinding of any of the funding. Obviously, there are some, especially at the federal level, but we haven't been hit as hard.
Well, that's great. So, yes, Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we send this item back to council with a favorable recommendation, item 2.7 on our agenda. No, 2.8.
Motion has been made and properly second to send this back to council with a favorable recommendation. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. This item is passed and will be taken up at our next scheduled council meeting. Moving on, I believe our next item is item 2.1 with the presentation from Director Jackson Shaheed.
I'm sorry. And so that presentation, if I can just get some clarification for that.
So the presentation is, do you have any further updates outside of what we had discussed in our committee meeting that you want to update the Health and Human Services Committee on?
As of right now, there are no updates that I would like to share.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, since we have no other business to discuss according to our agenda, this Health and Human Services Committee meeting is now adjourned. So thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. Councilman, thank you as well. Director Jackson Saeed, thank you very much. And I bid you a good night. Take care, stay safe, and stay cool since this weather now seems like it's warming up. So,
well, about time.
Oh, I know.
May, I just heard the report today. this May was the third wettest May in the history of the city of Hartford.
Wow.
Wow.
It's about the coldest too. So,
Yeah, they didn't get to that one yet. Right. So I'll take that 80 degrees
yeah,
anytime
I will. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night. Take
for a
care.
week anyway.
That's right. I know.
Plain.
Good night,
All
everybody.
right, good night.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Good night.